Alright YouTube, it's me again, Rev, and today we're gonna have another review, which is the new Beyblade Burst BU Ultimate Fusion DX set. And as you can see, I've already unboxed the set because I was extremely excited for this set to the point that I wanted to play with it right away. But here we are now. So let's take a quick look at each and every one that came in the box. So here is the instruction for the blades of Helios and Hyperion, sorry. And I will be going through this later. And here are just normal instructions for the Beyblades. Not gonna go over these. And here are the stickers, which are already applied. There are lots, which took me quite a while to put. And here is the amazing full Custom Bey Launcher LR. Not a new launcher, but it's really good to have another launcher for your collection. So on to the bays. Now we will first take a look at the HIZASHI brothers base. Well, would be in the anime, but there's no anime. But we will be taking a look at Helios and Hyperion first, then we will move on to the new Divine Belial. The first Beyblade that we'll be going through will be Super Hyperion MR. We will first take a look at the DB core or BU core, which is called Hyperion, and it comes in this really nice red and gold color with the stickers applied. And Hyperion represents the Titan from Greek mythology, as far as I know. And the design looks really cool. You can see there's the blue flame stickers and the spikes as well on the head. And you can see in the bottom you got the teeth. There are 6 teeth on this DB core. So really cool. There you go. And next up we have the blade called Super MR. And as you can see, this is a right spinning blade, and this is also an attack type blade. And the main contacts will be the plastic. One side of plastic and the other is the rubber, which will be the main contact points. It would have been better if the metal part was the main contact point. Would be better for smash attacks. But the feature of this blade is that it can split into 2 parts, and this is for the combination of the Super MR blade and the King MR blade, which I will get through in a little bit in later. But here is the Super Hyperion blade, and you can see one side is a bit hollow, sorry. One side of the blade is hollow while the other is filled in due to the rubber. So there you go. Next up we have the armor called 2. Nothing too special about this armor. I've had lots of these, so nothing to go through with this armor. So there you go. And next up we have the forged disc called Tapered. Not a new pot. This forged disc originally came with Vanish Fafnir as stamina type, but again, not a new pot. Really good for stamina. So there you go. And last but not least, we have a new driver called Explosion, and this is an attack type driver. And the bottom part of this driver is similar to Nightmare Longinus's Destroy driver. The only difference is are the blade. Well, not the blade, but the spinning disc has less blades on it. As you can see, there's only 4 in this blade, in this driver. And the tip is also different. And this is a plastic right flat, which reminds me of the right rubber flat from Galaxy Pegasus and Metal Fight, except the tip is made out of plastic. Yep. So really cool looking driver. So there you go. And the next Bey that we will be taking a look at is King Helios MR. We will first take a look at the core called Helios. And this core comes in this really cool blue and silver color, and also has that similar flame design in the spikes in the helmet. And Helios, as far as I remember, is the son of Hyperion from Greek mythology. So this represents the Helios from Greek myth. And if we take a look at the other side, see the teeth, there are also 6, just like Hyperion, the Hyperion core. So there you go. Next up, we have the blade called King MR. And as you can see, this blade is facing to the left, which is opposite of Super Hyperion. And the King MR blade and the Super MR blade are actually dual spinning, can be used in either right spinning or left spinning, as you can see if we put the armor in. Yeah, so this and the Super MR blade can either be used in right spin or left spin combos, but we will get through that later. Now we focus on the blade. As you can see, just like the Super MR, you have this metal and rubber, and this is one of the main contact, and the plastic part is also the main contact. And again, it would have been cool, it would have been better if this metal would be the main contact, so this Bey would have good smash attack. And underneath, same deal with Super MR. So there you go. Next up, we have the armor called 10. Again, not a new pot. This came with Robo Bahamut, like the first 10 armor. Again, not a new pot, nothing too special. So there you go. Next up, we have the forge disc called Giga. Another old pot. Nothing too special about this pot, about this disc. The first Giga came with Cyclone Ragnarok. Nothing to go through this disc. So there you go. And last but not least, we have the driver, a new driver called Zeal. And this is a bounce type driver. You can see it comes with this disc here, sorry. Similarly with the explosion driver, except the disc is somewhat slightly different, and the disc comes with these 2 wings, and the tip is also different. Comes in this really small bowl tip with the circle surrounding it. And what this driver does is it helps the Beyblade remain balanced. It keeps the Beyblade balanced, and it prevents the Bey from knocking over or tilting over with the help of the disc. Oh, as you can see. So there you go. We will now take a look at Divine Belial with the H gear. We will first take a look at the core called Belial, and this is the new core for Divine Belial, and this design looks really amazing. It comes in this black and gold color with the stickers applied with the red as well. And here is the old core from Divine Belial, the starter. Not the starter, but the booster, sorry. You can see if we put these two together, I believe this has the best design. And also here I have the Dangerous Belial and the Dynamite Belial. You can see there you have each core in one shot, and in my opinion, this has the best design. This core, the newest Belial core. But leave your comments down below which is the best design, the core design for Belial. Aside from the design, if we take a look behind, it also has the same burst lock as the Divine Belial and the Dangerous Belial, which is pretty useful to prevent the Beyblade from bursting. So there you go. Next up we have the blade called Divine, and this is not a new pot. This again came with the booster Divine Belial and comes in this really cool gold color, but nothing too special about this pot. It is an attack type pot. So there you go. Next up we have the new upgrade for Divine Belial, which is called the H gear, and the H gear comes in two pieces. So here you have the plastic armor and the metal armor. Let's take a look at the plastic armor first. You can see it's 3-bladed, and the stickers are already applied in different colors. Blue and red would represent Helios and Hyperion, and the purple I think represents Lucifer from Sparking. And I'm guessing this is a reference to the final episode of Beyblade Burst Sparking. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. But here is the metal part of the H gear. And as you can see, the weight distribution would be similar to the two, because the metal is mostly on two sides, so the weight distribution would be on two sides here, just like the armor too. And what's interesting about this armor here is if we compare with the two armor from Dynamite Belial, and the tabs are a bit smaller than your normal number 2 armor. This is because you have this plastic piece now, which can either go on top or bottom, but we will go through this when we check out the feature of Divine Belial, the new features of this armor also. So there you go. Next up we have the disc called Nexus. Not a new pot. The original disc came with Dynamite Belial, and this disc can be equipped with the S gear and the D gear from Astral Spriggan and Gatling Dragon. Nothing much to go through this pot, so there you go. And last but not least, we have the driver called Bearing Drift. And Drift is not really a new part, but the Bearing Drift is a new part to me, as this is my first drift driver. I know there's already a drift driver released with Variant Lucifer and Lucifer the End, and I know there's also the metal drift driver. I think it was either metal drift or metal bearing drift. Let me know in the comments below which one it was. But I know there's already a drift driver with the metal lock cap. But anyways, with this bearing drift here, you can see the red disc can free spin, and you can hear that bearing in action there. And I heard that the drift driver is a really good driver and is a must-have, and I'm lucky to have the bearing version, as I can tell that this will be really good in the stadium. We'll see when we test out Divine Belial. So there you go. And here you have King Helios MR and Super Hyperion MR. And these bays look amazing when assembled. And as you can see, they're facing opposite directions, and the designs are similar but slightly different, and the same with the mold as well. The molds are slightly different, as you can see. So, and the obvious difference is the disc and the driver and the armor as well. But overall, the base looks similar to each other in terms of design and the mold. Alright, now I'm gonna show you the features of the Super and the King MR not disc, but the blades. I'm gonna be showing you the features of the Super MR and the King MR blades, and that is, again, they can be split into two parts. So if you mix and match the parts, the blade parts, like this. So here's a combo. As you can see, it's now rubber and rubber, and with the other hubs, you combine them, you get metal and metal, which is pretty cool. And if you get another Super Hyperion MR and King Helios MR, you'll be able to use the same rubber. So if you have two of the Super blade, for example, you'll be able to combine the rubber parts to each other, so they face the same direction now, unlike with the Helios part here. Oh, don't want to break that. Unlike this, which they face each other. So it'd be like this, some sort, except you'd have the same super blade MR. But I'm gonna be showing you the orientations of Helios and Hyperion using the blades. because the blades are dual spinning compatible, you can swap out Helios with Hyperion's blade and vice versa, which is really amazing. Which the blades are the reason why I was extremely excited for the set. Well, not just the blades, but also the base themselves. Anyways, we will now check out Divine Belial. And here you have Divine Belial with the H gear all assembled. And the design does look good, but it's not my favorite. I'm going to show you my favorite Belial design later on. And here you have the Hyperion dress driver equipped to Belial. And you can see the bay is really tall as well. Okay, on to the features. So I'm going to be showing the features of the H gear with Divine Belial. So if the bay clicks, you're not gonna get much burst resistance with the plastic armor oriented on top and the metal on the bottom. But if we swap out the orientation, so here's Divine Belial in high mode, and if you have Divine Belial in high mode and the plastic armor is oriented underneath now, you will tell a huge difference there in terms of the clicks. 1, 2, hold on, let's try it again. So 1, so the first click you will feel a burst resistance there. So the burst resistance, so you feel a burst resistance with the first click. If we just, so I'll show you without the bearing driver. You'll feel a burst resistance with the first click. It's because of these tabs here. These tabs are gonna be useful when the plastic piece is oriented under the blade and the core as well, and when the bay is in high mode, but not so much in low mode. So if you want a stronger Divine Belial combo with the H gear, you'd want it in high mode for the burst resistance, and also the burst lock as well. You'd want this in high mode. Yeah, so you'd want this bay in high mode for that burst resistance and the burst lock as well. So there you go. We will now check the weight for Super Hyperion MR, King Helios MR, and Divine Belial with the H gear. So Super Hyperion MR first, 71 grams. King Helios MR, 75 grams. Okay, it's because of the Giga driver that makes this bay a little bit heavier than Hyperion. Now Divine Belial with the H gear, 73 grams. Okay, so there you have the weight for each bay. Let's now check out the full Custom Bey Launcher LR. This is not a new launcher. A launcher already came with the overdrive set that came with Dangerous Belial and Prominence Phoenix as well. And as you can see, we disassemble if we separate the spin unit and the gear unit from the cool unit, you can see this. You can see the spin unit also has that same bearing as with the full Custom Bey Launcher LR from the overdrive set. Let's now compare the string length, and also this can be either changed from either left spinning to right spinning, just like the launcher from overdrive set. Let's now compare the string length of each launcher, see what we get. The string length of both launchers are the same. Okay, onto the test battle. I will have Super Hyperion MR against King Helios MR. So here we go. That aggression from Hyperion caused it to lose a little bit of its spin. Oh, and Super Hyperion won by survivor finish today. Next up we have Super Hyperion with full metal and King Helios with full rubber. So here we go. And King Helios rubber with the ring out finish, getting a little bit of revenge there. Now we have Super Hyperion with full rubber and King Helios with full metal. So here we go. Oh, big hit. Hyperion hitting the wall because of the explosion driver, while Helios is spinning calmly in the center. Oh, both players losing stamina. Who's gonna win? And it's a draw. And just for fun, I swap out the course of Helios and Hyperion with their opposite blades. So here we go. Oh, big hit. Oh, another big hit from Hyperion. Both players losing stamina. Who's gonna win? And it's a draw again. We will now test battle Divine Belial with the H gear against Super Hyperion MR first. So here we go. Hyperion hitting the wall again. Divine Belial has that bearing drift driver. Oh, who's gonna win? Ooh, and Divine Belial wins by an inch by survivor finish. Now we have Divine Belial against Super Hyperion MR. So here we go. Oh, by the way, the burst lock also activated. And we also got clicks as well. Oh, big hit. And we have double ring out finish, simultaneous ring out finish from Belial and Helios. Now Helios and Hyperion will go up against this Divine Belial, my favorite design of Divine Belial, with all of the gears equipped. Well, not all of the gears. I am aware that there will be a new gear coming for Divine Belial, which is called the VS gear, and I can't wait to get that gear for Divine Belial, the complete upgrade. But for now, we're gonna have the B gear for Divine Belial, and Super Hyperion MR will battle Belial first. So here we go. And oh, big hit. And another big hit from Hyperion. Oh, big hit again. And Super Hyperion MR wins. And the burst lock activated. And there's no click from Super Hyperion. I now have Divine Belial in high mode. And before I start this battle, I actually made a mistake on the features of Divine Belial with the H gear. It's actually the final click that has the burst resistance with the plastic H gear. So the final click has the burst resistance there, as you can see, because the tabs are actually linked to the final click there, like the final teeth. So that is where the burst resistance is for Divine Belial, not the first click, just letting you know. But anyways, onto the test battle. Okay. Here we go. Let's try that again. Oh, so close. Oh, and Divine Belial with a ring out finish before Helios bursts outside the stadium. And there you have the unboxing and review for the Beyblade Burst BU Ultimate Fusion DX set. And there were a lot to go through with this set, but we managed to push through. Like I said before, I've already started playing with this set before reviewing this because of Helios and Hyperion MR and the features of both blades. You can mix and match, which was so fun to mess around with. And do I recommend that you get this set? Definitely buy this set on eBay or whatever online Beyblade store you buy your Beyblades at. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And if you want to check out my playlist of Beyblade contents, go ahead and do so. And please follow me on my Instagram page and check out the channel mguskus328 down in the description below. And this has been Raf the Rev. Moving on to the next video.